What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. With Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars coming out not too far from now, little ways to wait, but at least it's not 5 years away. But with Doomsday coming out relatively soon and Deadpool and Wolverine showing us a bunch of cameos and how they can be done the right way, a lot of people are really curious now about the cameos that are going to take place in Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, and anything in between. Now, if you have managed to somehow avoid all spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine still to this day and you have not seen the movie yet, one, congrats. I'm not sure how you did that, since literally the cameos are posted on Ryan Reynolds' Instagram, on Marvel Studios' Instagram, and all of the trailers. Kudos to you, but this is your spoiler warning. We're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine a bit, because cameos are coming to the MCU. More are coming, and Deadpool and Wolverine showed us that you can do cameos and fan service in a really good way that fits the story and actually adds to it. When we're introduced to Blade and Elektra and Gambit and X-23, it's for a very specific purpose, but it also hits very hard because they start talking about legacy and an ending. Well, we're not done with that legacy, and some characters still don't have an ending, but apparently Kevin Feige really wants them to have that ending, which is why we've already known when they announced Secret Wars, we knew right away that we can expect a lot of different cameos, because that's what the story is. Eventually the multiverse will be destroyed, most likely at the end of Avengers Doomsday, and a bunch of different remnants from a bunch of different universes, meaning people, will all wind up in the same spot, presumably Battleworld. And that's where we're gonna get our cameos in Secret Wars, Battleworld, and in between, which we'll talk about. But according to a new report/rumor from an insider, there are several legacy actors who have already signed their contracts with Marvel Studios to return. And I think that this makes a lot of sense, because I don't think we have to wait till Secret Wars to see these characters. From what we have heard from insider Daniel Richman, aka Daniel RPK, everything that takes place between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, that all happens on Battleworld. And going back to what I said about Avengers Doomsday ending with the destruction of the multiverse, if that truly does happen, then it does make sense that everything takes place on Battleworld that is in between. And so far we know that there will be at least a couple of movies that take place in between, one of them being Spider-Man 4, another one still being unknown at this point in time, but also some Disney Plus shows as well if they choose. So during these two movies and maybe one show or a couple of shows or maybe a special presentation, these are where we can get some really cool cameos. Now, in reality, we should be getting some in Avengers Doomsday, because that is where our universe should be colliding with the 10,005 universe, which is Deadpool and Wolverine's universe. Well, Deadpool's universe, and now this Logan that was in Deadpool and Wolverine is in that universe as well, which means there are two Logans in that universe, along with the X-Men that we have known for a really long time from the Fox universe. Patrick Stewart's Professor X, Ian McKellen's Magneto, Storm, Beast, Cyclops, etc. Right now, they are apparently on a collision course with our universe, and they have Monica Rambeau in their universe as well, so there is a connection there. So cameos are coming, and according to the insider My Time to Shine Low, there are 5 actors who already met with Marvel Studios and have signed contracts to return. Now, this report specifically says to return for Avengers Secret Wars, but like I said, and as we'll get into a little bit more in this video, we're probably going to get a lot of different cameos between Doomsday and Secret Wars, not just in Secret Wars. But let's go over these 5 actors. The first one that she claims is returning is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I think this one is kind of a given. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man returned for Spider-Man No Way Home, and since then, a lot of people have come out and said that Tobey would love to come back and play Spider-Man again. In fact, I believe he himself said that he just had a wonderful time and wouldn't mind doing it again, and I believe Andrew Garfield said the same thing. And insiders have reported that they are returning. They have been reporting that for a very long time, so this makes sense. But remember, this report is that they have officially signed the contract, they have signed the deal, and they're officially set to return. The next one, and actually really kind of the next two, are givens, I would believe. Chris Evans as Captain America / the Human Torch. Now, they have that slash there, meaning it could be Captain America or it could be the Human Torch, but I think it would be such a waste if it wasn't both. If we didn't have two different variants, or I guess they wouldn't even be variants at that point in time, they would just be two completely different characters. We'd have Chris Evans playing Johnny Storm and then Chris Evans playing Steve Rogers, Captain America. Two completely different characters. I would absolutely love to see that and love to see people get the characters confused. And the other one is Wesley Snipes. Now, 2 more to go, but let's talk about Wesley real quick. During a recent interview about Deadpool and Wolverine, he said that Ryan Reynolds called him up kind of out of nowhere, and he does say that that so-called hate between him and Ryan was always kind of just a joke. It was kind of fake. They never really hated each other, even though they do make the joke about it in the movie. But if he hated him, obviously he wouldn't have come back for the movie. But he said he never thought that it would be possible for him to return as Blade. So he told Ryan, hey, if you can make it happen, yeah, I'll do it. And he did not expect that to happen. But he crushed it. They all crushed it. And at the end, we know that Deadpool asked B-15 to help out his friends that made some sacrifices, and we know that X-23 was there at the end. In the post-credit scene on one of the TVA monitors, we can see Gambit going back to his universe, so we assume Wesley Snipes' Blade went back as well, so did Elektra. Now, I'm not sure if Jennifer Gardner would return as Elektra, but I can definitely see Wesley Snipes returning, and either playing alongside the new Blade, Mahershala Ali, if that ever happens, or returning to simply be the only Blade, like he says in the movie. There's only ever going to be one Blade. So with him, I'm going to go ahead and throw in Channing Tatum as well. This is not reported by My Time to Shine Hello, but based off of all of the interviews that I've personally seen with Channing Tatum, he says that he would love to return. He said he would kill kittens to get his own solo movie of Gambit. And since he went back to his own universe, or some universe, at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm assuming we're going to see him again. And Kevin Feige knows what that character means to him, and he told him that he wanted Gambit to have his own movie. He wanted Gambit in the MCU, but he just didn't know how to do it. Then Deadpool and Wolverine came and they figured it out. So hopefully they can continue to figure that out for Secret Wars. So Tobey Maguire, Wesley Snipes, Chris Evans, and I'm going to go ahead and say Channing Tatum as Gambit. And then another one that is kind of related to Deadpool and Wolverine, Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, which Ryan Reynolds did say they had a talk about. It was in discussion getting him back, but it never happened. There was even concept art showing Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. And based off of the comments that I've seen for the fan art of Nicolas Cage returning, a lot of fans would really like to see this. He's already kind of working with Marvel already. He is playing Spider-Man Noir. Now it's going to be for Prime Video, but it's still a Marvel property, kind of. And he also voiced him in Into the Spider-Verse. So working with Marvel or working on Marvel projects is nothing new to him right now. It would be fairly easy, I'm assuming, to get him to return. And since they almost did, he was almost in the final script for the film, it seems like Marvel Studios would be pretty willing to have that happen as well. And I won't say last, because it's definitely not going to be the last cameo we hear about for Secret Wars, but last on this list from The Insider is Scarlett Johansson returning as Black Widow, which, fingers crossed, I truly hope this report is accurate. I really want her to return. In Endgame, she was kind of cut out mid-movie. She didn't get a chance to participate in the giant battle. She didn't really get to do much in that, and the whole scene where all the women come together, she wasn't there for that either. So I would absolutely love for her to return. I would love for her to play a big role, or at least a decent sized role, in Avengers Secret Wars. There's going to be a lot of people in this, so obviously the spotlight will be shared, but I'd love to see her have a significant role. And then we have basically all of the X-Men from Fox that can return in Avengers Doomsday, and them all have big roles in Avengers Secret Wars, the X-Men as a team. And this is where the entirety of the old X-Men, the legacy characters, can get their goodbye. They can get their ending, their legacy. Kevin Feige already paid tribute to them with Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, of course, at the post-credit-ish type of scene, the tribute at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine during the credits. But now they can actually do that live action in a movie, have them with the Avengers, have them with the Fantastic Four. Fans want to see this. Marvel Studios knows it, and they have just established in Deadpool and Wolverine that they exist in the universe that Deadpool is in. And we know Deadpool's not done. We know Wolverine's not done. Monica Rambeau is in a X-Men universe, so it looks like the plans are for that to happen. Kevin Feige wants to give the rest of the X-Men their farewell, their tribute, have them get their ending. So expect just a lot of cameos as we go forward in the Multiverse Saga, and it all starts to go down. But it looks like 5 have signed up if this report ends up being accurate. We have Tobey Maguire returning once again, Chris Evans returning once again, Mahershala Ali returning once again, Nicolas Cage just simply returning, and Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, of course, returning. That would be awesome. Let me know how excited you would be about this in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the recent news, rumors, and leaks of the MCU. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.